And in Enugu State, Governor Peter Mbah has inaugurated the Enugu State Security Trust Fund to build on the successes achieved in the area of security in the state. Inaugurating the 11-member board of trustees of the trust fund, chaired by the Group Managing Director of AfriInvest Trustees Limited, Mr. Ike Chioke, Governor Mbah noted that the projected security expenditure for 2024, which is pegged at 20 billion naira, will only be achieved if the private sector partners with the government. And on his part, the BOT chairman, Mr. Ike Chioke, commends the Mbah administration for containing security in the state and for activating the Security Trust Fund 4 years after it was signed into law. And joining us for more on the state government's Trust Fund initiative is the director of the Trust Fund itself, Mr. Ike Chioke. He is also the Group Managing Director of AfriInvest Trustees Limited. Mr. Chioke, thank you for joining us on Newsroom Series.
Thank you, Nkiru. Nice to meet you.
And as we start off, tell us more about the Trust Fund initiative and the potential of it to transform the fortunes of Enugu State as far as security is concerned.
Yes, thank you. I think we live today with issues of insecurity being perhaps foremost in the minds of most Nigerians. It is affecting our economy, it is affecting our livelihood, and it's also causing poverty and hunger in the land because people can no longer go to the farms. I recall a quote by Robert McNamara, who was once the Secretary of Defense in the U.S., to say, security is not about military hardware, though it includes it. Security is not about military or police force, though it involves it. Security is about development, without which there can be no security. And hence, you see, therefore, the link between development and security. And for Governor Peter Mbah, this has been the sort of the anchor of his intervention initiative since he was sworn in. How do you develop Enugu State and move it from an economy of $4 billion to $30 billion? And what we found immediately was that security was going to be a challenge, which is why we focused on security. And so the trust fund, the Security Trust Fund, has been established essentially to help organize the efforts around security in the state and give it more focus and try to bring all the citizens and all the stakeholders into that spectrum.
So what's the mandate of the 11-member board of trustees managing the Enugu State Security Trust Fund initiative?
Well, there are 7 key objectives that we have. The first is actually fundraising, sourcing for funds for acquiring and deploying security equipment and carrying out other activities of the fund. That's the first and foremost. And I suppose that's why His Excellency Governor Peter Mbah wanted me to share it, given my background in financial services. And I do note, however, that I've been mistaken twice as the Managing Director of AfriInvest Trustees. Actually, my title is Group Managing Director of AfriInvest West Africa, of which AfriInvest Trustees is a subsidiary of the group. The second objective of the Trust Fund is to act as an intervention agency and help organize all the security agencies operating within the state. As you know, you have the military, you have the police, you have the road safety, and you have vigilante groups at the local government and township levels. You know, sometimes they are working at cross purposes, and the Security Trust Fund will help to make sure everybody is working in sync. The third objective is to provide money for the acquisition and deployment of human, material, financial resources that shall be necessary to prevent crime and preserve public security across the entire state. The fourth objective is to promote the efficiency in all security organizations in the state. I've mentioned, the different tiers of security services we have. The fifth hold for the benefit of the citizens of the state. Any gifts, any donations of properties, of monies, because obviously when you're a fund and you go out to galvanize funds for the trust fund, it has to be held in a secure, transparent, and accessible manner for the state. And sixth is to acquire and deploy those funds to purchase the resources necessary. And last but not the least is to ensure that all stakeholders are involved in security. It's not just the government, even the citizens must view security as critical.
Quite a Herculean task that you have there. I really do not envy you, and we wish you all the best as you embark on that task of achieving a safe Enugu state. We've been speaking with the Group Managing Director, Afrinvest Trustees West Africa. You corrected us earlier. Afrinvest West Africa, Dr. Chioke. Thank you so much for your time on Newsroom Series.
Thank you.